Ah, here we are, deep in the heart of Norfolk. And deep in the heart of Norfolk is this wonderful oasis called Orchard House. And the curator of this wonderful work and beauty is Daphne the famous gardener from the east. Look at that gate. That's amazing, isn't it? Orchard House. Let me take you in. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. So I'm going to take us around the garden and see what we think. So just on the right here is a wonderful path. This path and these ancient paves that are on the floor have recently been discovered by workers who still come up to work with Sandy's mum's, Daphne's direction, to keep the garden from the east looking beautiful. Look at that path. Look at those pavers. So the workers, and lots of them, all of Daphne's family, come up and help Daphne keep this wonderful, beautiful garden looking stunning. And what's so nice about this garden is it has so many things for the wildlife to enjoy. The birds think this is wonderful. Look at this path, it goes all the way around. There's a bench. That's very nice, isn't it? That's the fairy tree, the fairy house. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute, because that's absolutely wonderful. And if we go down this path, look, there's the deep ancient path, wiggles round to the bench at the end there. Look at that. Wouldn't you like to spend a few moments there enjoying the wonders of this beautiful garden? So I'm going to take you out now because I need to just tell you the story of the fairy house. But I think you need to see it through the eyes of children. There's the lovely bed, recently been rediscovered and remade by all the gardeners and various workers that come up to join the work. Anyway, so the fairy house. Just imagine if you're 5 or 6, you've driven a long way to see Daphne, the gardener from the east, and there would be fairy lights, and you'd walk through here, and this was called the fairy house. It's now going back to nature, but once upon a time it was new, and it had things in it, gifts for the children of the family. So Sam, Jeffro, Sheena, Melanie, Isaac, Arlo, they'd all come in here and they'd enjoy the gifts of the fairies. If you were very lucky, of course, you would see the fairies in the garden, because they was excited as well that the children would come and enjoy their wonderful world. So let's just come out here. This bit's quite important. This is I think it's called a peace pole. Look at that. Great Uncle Steve put those marks on there. And there's a little poem down here. Let me just try and read it for you. Can you see that? It says, "The kiss of the sun for pardon, the song of the birds for mirth. You are nearer to God's heart in a garden than anywhere else on earth." Oh wow. That's good, isn't it? That's a peace pole. You just see the house again. And we're just going to go through this arch and you'll see why that peace pole is very important, because this garden has been enjoyed by many people because it is a world peace garden. Look at that. And down here underneath that sign is these stones, and they've come from all around the world by all the visitors. It's called a stone cairn, I think, and they come from all around the world, and they put their stones there to add to this beautiful garden called the World Peace Garden. So let's go back round here to the other side. This is the bird lawn, where all the birds come down in the morning and sit with Daphne. Daphne sits on this bench. If you're very lucky, you can still spot her at times sitting here enjoying the garden with a cup of barley cup and picking daisies, so that she can take some of the garden inside the house as well. There's the barn again. Let's go through this here, where today worker Sandy has been busy clearing this path so that you can get down to the pond. Another wonderful area. There's another bench. There's benches everywhere in this garden. Once again, the gardener from the east would sit there, the curator of all this wonderful work, and she'd enjoy. And there we have the barn again. This is where visitors stay in the barn, so they can also enjoy a wonderful garden. There's the house again, walking back from the pond. So, look at that. Ancient apple tree. Ah, it's a lesser spotted rover. Very rare species. Very unusual. This goes back to the barn. And walking back now out of Orchard House. Fairy house over there, where all those wonderful children used to come and enjoy the gifts of the gardener of the east. The path that takes you in. Orchard House. That's a lovely old gate, isn't it? Back out again. Orchard House. An oasis of calm and peace. Made by Daphne, the curator of the wonderful Peace Garden. Isn't it beautiful?